So, the story today is about an ideal boiler. The ideal boiler. Wait. Look, ideal. Where is it? Yeah, ideal. Look, we had an ideal boiler. It was fitted in, or is that the first service? Whatever it was, anyway. We think it was 16. When was it? No, 15. Ah, we are. Look, it was fitted in 15, and it's got a 10-year warranty on it. So anyway, it's been doing great, and we've had our annual services on to blah 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 all the way 22, yeah, 20, 21, yeah, 21, 22. Anyway, so the man came. We rang up the people that looks after it for us, which is just up at the end of the road there, and they fair play, he came along. He says, oh, it's a warranty problem, we'll ring the bloke. So anyway, the ideal people got in touch with us pretty damn quick. Well, what was happening, we just had to top it up. It hadn't broken, it was working, but the gauge went down, and then you put water in it and the gauge went back up, and then you had used it, of an evening, of a day, and then it went down again in the morning. So anyway, apparently it was this valve, this valve trips or something, and I don't know what there was a tank to be tested. Listen, if I was an expert, I'd tell you, but I don't know. But anyway, something, and this was the valve that had flipped or tripped or whatever it was. One of these. Once you've tripped this valve, that's the end of that. So anyway, the man's come, he's fitted it, really efficient. And he asked me, did the man do this? I don't know what the hell the man did. Anyway, he's written on this now that when they do the next service, he's got to replace the burner seal or something, ready for that when that happens. Anyway, yeah, so, do you know, these days, it's a job to find somebody that gives you a good, efficient service. Well, this ideal boiler has worked great. Obviously we had it serviced as we should do, and they rang us up and they said this morning that they rang us last week and said they'll tell us this morning when the man will be here. And he rang up, he says he's going to be here between 9:30 and 11 or something. Anyway, the man's fixed it. So yeah, absolutely, you can't 100% absolutely. If you're looking at a boiler, if you're looking at a boiler and they all look much of the same, and you've got a choice, stick with the ideal one. Yeah, excellent service, excellent service, and by our local fitter people. We just rang them and said the damn thing's got a problem, and he straight away, really good service. So the ideal boiler, yeah, and SB Taylors, who happen to be at the end of the road for us, but yeah, cannot fault them. So one of the telltale signs of there was a problem. Do you remember we painted the house, didn't we? When this thing was sticking out, and can you see? I don't know if you can see. You can see the drip of the water, that was coming down. So when our plumber man came, the original plumber man, he saw that, spotted that. He said, "Oh yeah." So it had something to do with this dripping down. So just a lick of paint now, that'll bring it great. We always thought that was from the old boiler, because that was there. But anyway, when they fitted the new boiler, they dug a hole here and they put this pipe in that sort of way for whatever reason, because that's the modern way of doing things. I don't really know what that does, but anyway, that was a telltale sign. And because we knew it was a new mark, because we painted the house this year, didn't we? So a lick of paint will fix that, no problem. Here's a question for you. Now, Stephen said putting a battery on a concrete floor kills the battery. And fair enough, the last battery they left on a concrete floor, it completely killed it. So I'm going to make a little upstand under there, just a little one, just to bring it off the floor with a bit of wood maybe. But anyway, what's your opinion? How many of you experienced leaving a battery on the floor long term on a cold concrete floor kills the battery? But I'm going to bring it up anyway. So just a quick reminder on how to secure your chain. We've all got chains, and if you cut a chain once, you are snookered, aren't you? It doesn't matter which way you do it. Let's demonstrate it here. Here is the chain on this gate. I haven't given it the system yet, but I'll put this through there, look. And I put this ring through that ring, and then you put your padlock on there. And generally speaking, that is the way of a chain. But you only have to cut this chain once in whatever area, wherever you want to cut. The chain is then free. And you're in, you know what I mean? So the chain is okay. But if you want to turn your chain into a 2-cut chain, well, what you do, run it through a pipe, drill a hole, put a bolt in, weld the head of the bolt on there, or wherever. You could fix this permanently, weld it to the whatever one end, and then run it and put your chain between two. So if they snap this chain, okay, they've snapped the link between that and this lock, but that lock is still connected under the bottom here. So to make twice as much use out of your chain, run your chain through, secure it, put a bolt, drill a hole, put a bolt through there, weld the head in place, run it through one place so the chain is trapped that way, and then also run it through a bottom piece so the chain is trapped there. So if it was a case of breaking this chain, you've now made your chain twice as long to get through. So you've got to cut through this one ordinarily, but now you've got to cut through two. So it just makes, rather than this difficult, it now makes it twice as difficult to cut through. Just slows them down, just makes it more secure, you know. So if you've got a chain securing something, get your chain, get it fixed and put it through. It's only a scaffolding pipe. Run it through a scaffolding pipe, top and bottom. Put your lock in wherever you want to put your lock, and away you go. Yeah, just a way of making your chain twice as good, as you might say, twice as useful. Hey Tone, snap. I've got one of them, look. But it's not quite, it's not, this is theirs. It's got the little spring, look. This one says burst tongue, and then it says on it British patent, and a number. Does that say 33? Can't do, can it? Ooh, that might say 33 Tone. What's it saying? 32, 33? Patent number 384468, I think. What do you think? Anyway, Tone. I knew I had one of them somewhere. Oh, I never realised I had this many wrenches. You can never have enough wrenches, can you? That's a footprint, top and bottom. A footprint 668, whatever that means, with the screw on it. Here's another footprint. Yeah, and there's a smaller of that style footprint. There's another footprint, but a different age, a different style, and flat one there. Look, this is probably a younger one. Really clean this one is, and of course got the screw on it. That one says, what does that say, 175 millimeters? And then we've got another one here, a slightly different design. Again, a footprint with the screw on it and the head. Obviously, we've got another one here, but it's got the marking. Isn't that Air Ministry marking, do you think? We've got one there. We've got another one here. I'm guessing I've just been... Oh, it says footprint, pick it up, you know. We've got a few of these here. That's a tent. Little wrench, and this one's an Abingdon. We've got another one, whatever that is, whatever trademark that is. Number 2, it says. An Abingdon. A little mark there. We've got the one with the 1953 with the broad arrow on it. Yeah, we've got that one. This one is just all that I've picked up. I think that must have come up really rusty, and I've cleaned it and found nothing on it. Something slightly there, whatever that is. Just there. Obviously, we've got this one, the same as that one. Different markings. Burston. British patent. We've got another footprint. Found that, no screw on it. So we've got that, a little footprint. We've got a bigger footprint here. Again with the nuts, but the name gone off the nuts. It says footprint there. And it says footprint here. And again, is this a footprint? Oh, I'm not sure. It's not. It might not be a footprint. Made in England. That's a... Oh no, that's a footprint there. I'm not sure about that. This has got this number on it there. So, I do like my wrenches, and you can never not have enough wrenches. Adjustable wrenches, never. Here we are. I know I've just bought it. I know I should be doing miles and miles, but I won't be. Soon the cold will be here and the frost will be on the roads, and they'll be putting salt on the road, which is a great thing. It's a good thing, but it's no good for bikes. So this isn't going to go anywhere. So today I'll bring her in here. I'll be putting her up on the lift. I'll be putting the quilt and the sheets back over her. I'll be sorting out the battery tender. I'll be getting the little tube heater, and I'll be putting the little tube heater underneath it just to keep the frost off. But she needs a bit of juice because I used the fuel coming now. Do you keep them with a full tank or an empty tank? I'm about to fill the tank, but I'm going to throw some of this stuff in it. Yeah, which keeps the fuel. It's going to sit here now for 2 or 3 months. 3 months easy. And I got this look from Custom Cruise, from Mike up in Custom Cruise, Alfreton. And I always put this in now. I'm going to give this a little shot, you squeeze the top of there and it fills there, and you can put a shot of the stuff in there. So I always give it a bit. You can't go wrong by giving it a bit more. So we'll give that a good shot of that stuff. Yeah, he recommends to go to that level. We'll go 1 level more, shall we? There we are, yeah. And we'll throw that in a tank, and that'll preserve, or not preserve, but help oil the fuel, do all that sort of stuff. I know it's foreign. Maybe Willie has come across it, or maybe Willie can read that and say what the hell it says. Yeah. But anyway, I always put that in it and so far, no problems at all. No problems at all with it sitting, and it'll crack up straight away. We've sussed out. We thought this was going to be a nuisance. Nice whilst it's in place for Debbie to get on and get off and whatever. But we've now we've had a chance to play with it. I'll be able to send my leg across there easily. Debbie will sit, and then it'll come back up. Look, drips of water off the roof. Yeah, condensation. Anyway, so, and then that, honest, will be the end for now of Goldwing videos, but expect more in the spring. So this is probably going to be the last of the flood of Goldwing videos. Whilst we put her away for the winter, and we bring her out when the frost goes away and the sun comes out. We might take it we'll have to go up to Rick to get the cameras and the lights and whatever else we buy for it in between times before we go back on the road. Yeah. So, good night, sweetheart. We're going to put this now to sleep for the winter.